The worst thing we can experience in our journeys in the Pokemon world are roadblocks keeping us from going where we want to go. What is going on, Chaotix? I'm Chaos, and today I want to take a look at those things that have constantly stopped us from exploring the Pokemon world in my top 10 Pokemon roadblocks. A roadblock can be classified as anything that limits how much of the Pokemon games we can explore, and while they're useful for keeping us from going somewhere that we probably aren't prepared for, they also can be very frustrating to overcome. I will be ranking these on my opinion of how stupid these roadblocks really are, and how mad they've made me in the past. So sit back and relax as we enter the world of Pokemon. Number 10. The Crustle in Black and White 2. This roadblock keeps players from traveling north from Castelia City on their way to Nimbasa. Now, while I do not care for the Crustle stopping me from finding new Pokemon, I could see how a group of Pokemon shaped exactly like rocks would like a deserty area, so I tend to let this one slide a little bit. Number 9. The Psyducks in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Okay, this one is similar to the last one, but it happens in a really weird place. These Psyducks prevent you from heading north to the northern part of Sinnoh. The reason the Psyducks are there is worse than the Crustle because they have headaches, and they refuse to let you pass. Now, I can understand if they made this insanely difficult when you fought them because they would attack you because they're having headache problems, and you probably couldn't beat them at any point in the game until you already got through the rest of the story mode. But no. The only way to get through is that we have to wait for Cynthia to come along with medicine so we can give it to these Psyducks so they do not have a headache anymore. Well, I guess at least she did something as the champion besides sweep our team with her Garchomp. Number 8. The Sandstorm in Hoenn. Now this roadblock isn't really too bad, but it can be annoying. The desert in Hoenn doesn't play a huge part in the story, but it is a really cool place to get some really cool Pokemon for your team, especially some good Pokemon for the gym nearby, which is Flannery's Fire-type gym. This roadblock is frustrating if you didn't choose Mudkip as your starter, and it limits you to find a lack of a good way to deal with Flannery's Fire types in the coming gym. Obviously, you can find other Pokemon on other routes, but since this area plays no significant role in the story, many people miss out on a few Pokemon that they could have used on their team, like Flygon. Number 7. The Wailmer Grunt in Hoenn. This roadblock makes the list primarily because it's personal. Once I reached Lily Cove City as a kid, playing through Pokemon Emerald, I never could get past this guy standing here training his Wailmers. I never knew that I needed to go on the Wild Goose Chase part of Hoenn to get him to move, where you have to go and complete the tower and then go all the way back to Slateport and do the submarine thing and then complete the hideout and all that. It's just a lot of stuff to do, and I never knew how to do it because, you know, I never read the dialogue. But that's probably my fault. But I was a kid. What do you want? Yeah, I never knew how to complete this part of the game until Oras came out, and that was when I actually read the dialogue and it told me what to do. But I will always have disdain towards this roadblock particularly, and it will always be my least favorite roadblock. But it does make sense that the evil team would be training in the middle of a bay and not caring about blocking the road to the next city, so I guess it makes sense, and that's why it's number 7 on this list. Number 6. The Drunk Man in Kanto. So if you don't know about the Drunk Man, the old man lying in the road in Viridian City was created to be drunk in the Japanese versions of the games, but since it was being prepped to be outside of Japan, they had tried to make it a little more family friendly per se for the other regions of the world. So this guy pretty much just needs his coffee, and he's just asleep and just needs his coffee to wake up from sleeping in the middle of the road. Now this is just a crazy reason for not allowing us to pass, but I also really wonder, why is no one being a good Samaritan here and helping this guy to take him to his house? Like, serious people. Have some common decency with your fellow Viridian City citizens, man. Like, come on. Number 5. The Trash Collector in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, this Trash Collector can be found on Akala Beach once you get there after Mantine surfing in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. He blocks off the path that keeps you from the hotel so that you have to trigger a cutscene at the dock with Kukui and the rest of the gang. And honestly, it just sits there for that reason only, because that's how the programming is, I guess. But this is a dumb reason to keep us out of an area, and it would be a cool way to help speedrunners try to get through the game faster, saying you would skip that entire cutscene and you just get to move on with your trials in Akala. But I can give this a little bit much of a pass, since it really doesn't do too much to the story. It just makes you pretty much have to take a longer way to get around him, and that's not really too bad of an idea. Number 4, the rare footprints in Hoenn. So, a man will stop you if you try to head west out of Old Town in the beginning of the game, because he has found rare Pokemon footprints. Now, as far as I know, there are no rare Pokemon on the route to the left of Old Town. So there is no reason why this guy should be there stopping us from training and finding new Pokemon. It just seems dumb. And honestly, if they wanted to stop us from going anywhere, they could have our dad wait outside of Petalburg telling us, hey, you should go talk to Birch or your rival or whatever before you come back or whatever. I mean, it could have been so much better than just, hey, you can't go here because I found footprints of probably a Seedot. I mean, I guess Seedot are a little bit rare, so touche. Number 3, the dance group in Black and White 2. Now this group is just dumb. They are literally dancing for no reason. They also do not give you a way to figure out how or when they will move, or what you need to do to get them to move. They just say will disappear someday for no reason. Now this roadblock actually keeps you out of the post-game area, so it is necessary, but the reason is just absolutely stupid. Why can't they dance anywhere else? Like, seriously, why do they have to dance in the middle of a crowded pathway? Like, seriously. Buy a studio somewhere. Go to Nimbasa City. There's plenty of places. I'm sure they would find somewhere for you to go. Or maybe you can even talk to Roxy and maybe use her gym as a studio sometimes. Like, come on. Have some common etiquette, my friends. However, yeah, this is pretty comedic, so I'm giving it a pass. Normally I would have put this at number 1, but it is pretty funny and is really good, lighthearted way to experience Black and White 2. So I'm going to give it a pass, so that's why it's number 3 and not number 1. Number 2, the Thirsty Guards in Kanto. As someone who loves the Kanto region, I have always found this to be frustrating as a thing to deal with in Kanto. You are literally kept out of Saffron City. It's not like there's something important going on. The excuse is absolutely stupid. You know, I'm thirsty, you know? And I'm not gonna let you pass unless I get some tea from you. So, sorry bud, you're not getting into Saffron. Like, seriously, are these guards children? Also, you really aren't blocking the way. So, like, I would totally just walk past you in real life, just like sprint into the city, and you most likely, if you try to chase me down, would never find me. This would make so much more sense if you put like Team Rocket grunts here blocking the pathways in, because, you know, they're the evil team and they kind of just do what they want. Maybe take the guard out of the picture until you move him or something. I don't know. But there could have been so many more better ways to do this roadblock. And finally, number 1, the Lumiose City Blackout. Now, I'm sure this was very stupid for all of us. Once we made it to Lumiose City in X and Y, the engineers claim that there is a blackout. But if you play through the game, you can clearly see lights in the background, especially at nighttime. The only thing that really wasn't lit was the tower, and even that's kind of there. It's cool. But also, NPCs can be seen going into that part of town despite the threatening blackout. Now, if you really wanted to solve this issue, stop trying to keep us out of the area and fix the dang power. This is absolutely dumb, and it makes no sense, and that is why it deserves the number 1 spot. Well, those are my top 10 Pokemon roadblocks. Let me know what roadblocks you find to be annoying, dumb, or funny in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy, make sure you do leave a like to show your support for the channel, and also subscribe for more Pokemon content for me, or check out one of the videos that is on the screen. Keep in keep in your minds, friends, that I do also work on a second channel called Invisible Corporation, so you should totally check them out. And I do non-Pokemon content over there, just a little bit different. I'm trying to separate the two channels. So, and I also have a Twitch, Discord, and Twitter. They're all linked in the description down below, so feel free to go check those out as well. And I would love to see you on one of those platforms, supporting me as well. Well, that's all I have for you today, so thank you again for watching. And until next time, I'm Chaos, signing out. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.